And Chapter 9 is a little bit more complex than the previous one because it looks at regular expressions. And what regular expressions does is allows me to use a lot of the Unix-like characteristics where I'm going to do pattern recognition and a variety of command line things to make the where clause a little bit more productive. So in this example, we're going to go in and look for, rather than a like %1000, we're going to do specifically things that have 1000 in it. And notice it comes back with the 1000 we had. Now remember, in the previous examples there was a trailing space here that had a problem. So if we didn't put a % there, but we put a % in the front, it would fail. Whereas this is a much cleaner. I'm looking for something that contains a 1000 in it, and I don't care if they're trailing white spaces. This kind of cleans up that problem we saw in the previous example. We can do something similar, but this will pick up the 2000 because the dot character delimiter will say we don't care what that value is, and it should return 1000 and 2000. So the dot is a wildcard expression like the underscore was in the previous example. So I could do the same thing where I'm looking for 1000 or 2000, and that way we'll drop out anything, like a 3000 won't come up or a 4000 won't come up where it would with the dot delimiter. Now we can do a list of services where we're coming in and trying to say I want something that is 1, 2, or 3 ton, and that gives us the way of going and pulling that in, so we get the 1 ton and 2 ton anvil, and that's done with the bracket that says any of these values. If we had a 12 ton, it wouldn't show up, but the 1, 2, or 3 would show up. We can also do ranges for this, in that I can say 1 or 2 or 3, which would allow us a little bit more finer granularity. It effectively does the same thing as the bracket. And if we're looking for things that are not, we can put the not character in front of it. So we're looking for things that are not 1, 2, or 3, which should return the 0.5. Now notice the nomenclature is just slightly different. We can do ranges, like anything between 1 and 5 is what you'd expect to see here. But if you look at the way it actually comes back, it treats the dot as a wildcard character and returns the 0.5. Now if we went in and did a 4 here, it would not pick up the 0.5 because the 5 is actually matched. It doesn't notice the dot in the leading trail. It just sees it as 5 ton. So in this example, we're looking for a vendor name that has a dot in it. It might help if I copied it properly. So we get back all the values. We get back all the values because the dot is actually a wildcard in this. It's not being delimited. because the dot is considered a wildcard. In this example, we get back furball ink because the period is there, and in the previous entries it was the only one that had it. So there's some things I can delimit. I can delimit white space, delimit letters, delimit a variety of things to do matching characters. So in this example, we're looking for a product name that has parentheses and the word sticks, and it can be a singular stick or a plural stick. So if we break this down, what we're looking for is something with an open parenthesis, something with a closed parenthesis. We're looking for something that has a number value and has the word stick and or sticks, because these are all the characters that we're passing in as doing the search function. So in this, we're looking for a product name that has 4 numbers as part of the description for the product name. Okay. I'm personally not a fan of these type of select statements. They have uses, they have ways of doing it. You could do the same thing either of these ways, where I'm looking for 4 characters ranging from 0 to 9. It'll return the exact same values. Either way works. Now I can use the caret function that says I want things at the start of the text. I can use the dollar function to show things that are at the end of the text. In this example, we're looking for something that starts with a number. So we get the 0.51 and 2, because what we're looking for is anything that's the 0 through 9 or a dot character. If we get rid of the dot character, we'll just see things that have the numbers, and we'll drop out the 0.5. So regular expressions are pretty powerful. It allows you to do a wide variety of things. I'm personally not a fan of them, just because they make it more complex to read, and if you need them, they're excellent, but my best recommendation is not to use them if you